But doTERRA has been all about India lately. They've got a whole healing hand program where they're working with a bunch of colonies that have leprosy. Can you believe that leprosy is still very much a problem in some of these countries? And they have
Wow.
leprosy colonies all over India. And doTERRA, I actually have a leader who works in one of the leprosy colonies. He's his name is George. And but in the whole aspect of what's going on in India, where they source the castor oil and the turmeric, they built a hospital. They've already done this. And this hospital is like a food bank where they feed like 10,000 people a day. And
What?
it's really incredible.
Oh my God.
I know. So when you really think about the when you really think about buying these oils, we're actually really supporting these communities like this. And the co-impact sourcing, when it comes to um, doTERRA will go to like communities where they know that this is the right environment to grow like peppermint or whatever. And when they go to that community, they will talk to these homes, these people where they have extra plots of land, maybe not much, maybe a half acre or something like that. And they will teach them, thank you, Larry. You know the white oil box that I have, that white one with a little lid that's about this big? Never mind. I don't know. I thought I put it right. Okay, that was on the recording. Um, the So where they tell these people like, okay, if you grow peppermint, this is how we want you to source it. This is how you want to protect the land. This is how you do this stuff. And then you go maybe half mile down the road where the distillery is, and then they take that peppermint and they weigh it and they pay the farmer right when they harvest it, the same day when they deliver it, twice as much that they would pay other farmers and stuff like that. So thank you, Larry. Perfect. Um, so the doTERRA is, when we're buying an oil, we're buying more than just the oil for us. Not only is our whole package of oils that we have, our whole collection, I would say, of oils, they're from all over the world. It's just really quite remarkable when I think about how much work goes into each bottle and each oil. And one of the classes, there was like five castor oil classes, and one of the castor oil classes said it took 2 trees worth of seeds. So the castor oil is actually a seed. It takes 2 trees of seeds to make one bottle of castor oil.
Wow.
Can you believe that? I think about like mom lives in a pecan orchard kind of. She has to drive through that to get to her house. And these trees are huge, you know. I don't know how big the castor oil trees are, but the castor oil comes in a glass bottle and it's 300 milligrams, I guess, is what that is. And it's super thick, like it's really thick. Um, so let me go ahead and share my screen and we'll get started here. You get to see my messy desktop. Can you see, can you see my PowerPoint?
Yep.
Okay. How's that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the whole program that we're talking about with doTERRA right now is not only using essential oils, but we also have like our supplement line of products. And the supplement, the Foundational Wellness Bundle, is incredible when it comes to supplementing our body and whatnot. These are all targeted solutions. The oils, the Foundational Bundle, are targeted solutions when it comes to what we call our lifestyle chart or wellness pyramid. And so we're gonna go through here and talk about castor oil for just a minute. So here's what the castor oil seed looks like. And it's kind of like a pomegranate plant, kind of. And so what is so beautiful about the castor oil is it's certified pure, tested grade. All of doTERRA's products and standards are going to be through the testing. when I think about all the different kinds of oils that you can buy, like you can buy avocado oil or olive oil, even from Costco, they're usually really, you think, wow, they're really good quality. But if you put it in the refrigerator and it separates, that means it's been stretched with something else. And that is horrible, you guys. You will know and be guaranteed that this is 100% pure castor oil at the highest quality possible. And so knowing that you can purchase castor oil online, Amazon or go to the pharmacy or whatever, there's castor oil around. But one of the really horrible things that I have to think about is a lot of people say, well, that didn't work for me. Well, it's probably because it's not the pure oil. It's been stretched with other harmful fillers and contaminants such as like formaldehyde or other things so that they can ship it and have it last longer and all these things. Um, what's really incredible too about the doTERRA castor oils is really rich in ricinola. I was going to have this name pronounced right. Ricinolamonic. Hmm, not getting it right. But it's a rare fatty acid not found in any other plant. This is the only plant. Can you believe that? That has this particular property. And what's really incredible about this property is it's very nourishing. It knows how to hold and capture the moisture and keep it within our body. So it can stay longer on the skin because of its high velocity. It's very thick and it can maintain the moisture, support radiant complexion. And Mom, when you were here, I made a oil. We were talking about that oil for like facial hair and stuff like that. Have you been using that oil? Like we were talking about that, and you said you almost like that oil better than the tallow cream that I was making.
Yeah, the pink, you know, uh, facial cream, I use that all the time.
Yeah.
The other once in a while.
So what's really fun about these products is you can make additional products with it, like mix it up with oils that you have as the need. So maybe, um, for example, Larry, my husband, has a different need for essential oils than I do. And so we can mix up customized different potions, if you will, for different needs. And the castor oil, I made a nice potion with hormonal balancing oils in it to kind of help with the facial hairs as we tend to get older and our hormones get out of balance, we tend to get more facial hair. And so part of the castor oil blend that I made is I added different oils to it and made a little eyedropper bottle and used that to rub on my face, and it really works. I always
Yeah.
get so surprised on how, wow, that worked. And I put that together, and I don't know why I always get surprised because the doTERRA oils are just really incredible. So the science behind castor oil is this ricinoleic. I had it pronounced right earlier. A unique fatty acid not found in any other plant. So it's designed to improve the skin barrier hydration and reduce transdermal water loss. So this means that it kind of acts as a nice moisture shield to your skin, and it's going to prevent you from losing extra water. And one of the questions that I had is that when we rub the castor oil, say like on our skin, and our body needs to sweat, right, to release toxins. Our skin is also a pathway of a way that we release toxins, and it works synergistically both ways. So, pretty interesting. So the castor oil compared to the coconut oil, now you can use the coconut oil for like roller bottles and things. You can also use the castor oil. So we always talk about different potions and things that we've done using roller bottles and stuff like that. But maybe thinking about what your health goals are, you may want to change it up and use the castor oil for that. The doTERRA coconut oil is light, fast absorbing. It's not greasy and oily, right? And it really is good for if you have skin sensitivity and helps keep the oil localized. So the essential oils are very volatile. They flash off very quickly. So if you put um, a tablespoon or a teaspoon, whatever you feel like, something in between, of castor oil or coconut oil, and then put the essential oil in that. And we were talking about UTIs earlier. If you use the coconut oil with that UTI, it actually will help protect the skin and keep the oil from flashing off and actually help it last longer. And so it's really great for using for massages. We use that quite a bit for the Aromatouch technique. And that's a wonderful massage for being able to apply the different oils. Now, the castor oil is so much thicker, you guys. This stuff is super thick, and I'm not going to open up the bottle because I'm sure of it, I'll make a mess. But it's really thick. It's like maple syrup. Um,
Mhm.
no, I'm going to say it's more like honey, like a little bit waterier than honey. And it penetrates deeply, so it has more of a penetration properties. So like we talk a lot about like peppermint oil. If you put a roller bottle on of a recipe for some health wellness concerns, and then you added peppermint and layered it on afterwards, it actually is a driver and will move those essential oils in deeper into your body. The castor oil has that same benefit. So if you're going to be using the castor oil, like we're going to talk about castor oil packs here in a minute, this is a really great way to help do a longer lasting health servicing your body, I suppose. And it's going to be very hydrating. I've been using it on my face and I feel like I'm looking younger. No, it's just so amazing. I just like I always get so surprised. And anyway, so that's the difference. So we're going to just jump over a little bit to a conversation about toxins. And I think about how sick I was working at the print shop. You know, we had so many inks and cleaners getting that ink off the presses and stuff. People would walk in the shop and say, "Oh my gosh, how do you stand it? You can get so dizzy." And I don't know, it's probably why I did eventually get so sick. But the impact of toxins on our body is it actually is depleting us of nutrients. Our environmental toxins out there, like if we have the air, the pollutions, it's actually increases the demand for um, let me read that over again. Environmental toxins increase the body's demand for detoxification nutrients like vitamin B, magnesium, and antioxidants. There's a whole report on all of us are not taking enough magnesium. It's because of this. Our body's fighting so much. And so, like Larry, once in a while, he'll get leg cramps and stuff. And then, they say, well, you're low in magnesium. And it's like, gosh, I take all this stuff and all these electrolytes and stuff like that. And yeah, I mean, our body's just depleted with so many things and antioxidants and stuff. So, um, it's because we're out there and in the environment and it's really taking those nutrients and trying to use them for something else, especially if you have a compromised gut. And so I struggle terribly with a bad gut. The omegas that we also have in our plethora of amazing products is we call them EO megas. And because there's essential oils in there. And omega imbalance is really also something that having exposures to toxins, particular industrial toxins and plastics, like at my print shop. But they really create more oxidative stress to our body and needing more omega 6s and omega 3s. And I just did a wonderful video
You want to
last
watch
week
oil
on
program?
what's that?
Someone's visiting. I said, you want to watch an oil program?
Sure, come on in. Um, the
She,
we have an actual video. And if you would like that link to it, it's on my YouTube channel. But I just did that last week regarding omegas. And our omegas have like 9 different omegas in it. It has an omega 11 and omega 9 and stuff. And all these omegas need to work synergistically together to be able to support our body. And if you're just buying a supplement that's just omega 3s, it's not supplying your body with all the different benefits it needs to help combat the oxidative stress that our body is struggling with. And then, of course, we have the microbiome disruption and the toxins that we have, gut health, like UTIs, IBS, Crohn's disease. I really feel that there's a huge pandemic right now regarding toxicity in our gut. Mike, we are 50% human and 50% microorganisms. Isn't that gross when you think about it? And we synergistically work together with these little creatures in our body. And when we have a growth of too much of those little creatures, then we're going to have issues. Like I had major food allergies, just like my body just was not processing the food. It was sitting there in my stomach, creating another whole toxic mess. And the microbiome was just basically saying, I'm out of here. So all the bad bacteria in my gut was creating many problems. And that triggers inflammatory responses such as uh, sore muscles or arthritis or headaches or not sleeping at night. I mean, all these things work together in our body. And when they're out of balance, it's yelling at us. And I remember when my stomach was at its worst, I came down with locked shoulder or frozen shoulder. And that was the most painful thing I ever had in my life. I swear. Well, I never had a baby, so I don't know if I can compare that to that. But when we're thinking about how our body starts to really break down and it's just starting to give up. And there's only two things that can ever go wrong. We have too much of the wrong things or too little of the right things. And so when we think about, well, I take good supplements and stuff or whatever, but it's probably not servicing the right things, right? We're not doing the right stuff. And so too many of the wrong things like sugar, um, pH imbalance, not enough magnesium, too much coffee, oh my gosh, too much alcohol, all these things that we could have in our daily or weekly or whatever we do. But the deficiency examples are low blood sugar, um, low energy. Like, how is your sleep? Are you drinking enough water? The whole body needs to work conjunctly or together with all these different supplements and vitamins. So what happens when we're under load? An overload cell can't do its job. When toxic load is high, the body performance is low because it's trying to deal with everything, right? And when our mucous membranes and our digestive tract, probiotics and liver, kidney, and colon, I mean, they need to be running at their optimum health for everything to work together. 9 out of 10 most impactful factors are tied to poor nutrition. So look at this horrible American diet. Like we've got Kentucky Fried Chicken there, it looks like, or deep fried chicken, hamburgers, French fries, all this fried food. Oh my gosh. And 70% of routine health problems stem from diet. And I think that when we go to the doctor and say, oh, I have a knee problem, oh, we should replace your knee. Well, it's probably just, I mean, I'm exaggerating, but we really need to look at what we're doing to our bodies on a day-to-day basis. So your body is not broken, it's just busy. I love this slide because it's so true. It's like we have low energy, brain fog, all those things that I was talking about earlier. And I hear so many people saying, well, something's wrong with me, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, no, nothing's wrong with you. It's just that it's your body's just so tired and overworking. We just need to give it the right stuff. And it's kind of freeing for me to know that because I used to think there was something totally wrong with me and I'd get depressed just thinking about how something wrong with me was, and I could never get better just thinking about all that stuff. So, what your body needs is the ABCs. So we want to activate the gut. We want to build and nurture all the things that we need in our body. And we want to do the cleansing and detoxification, all kind of synergistically, right? We need to activate things so things can be working order. We want to build on those nutritions and we want to get rid of the bad stuff. And one of the things that we talk about, how do we get rid of the bad stuff? Well, that's what why the castor oil is part of our class today is that we have primary chimneys, which is the pooping things out, the intestinal thing, the urinary thing. Those are chimneys of getting rid of the toxins. Then we have secondary chimneys, which we were talking about earlier, which is the skin and like the lungs and the respiratory. So when we're breathing, like our lungs are filtering things, right? And our skin is sweating out things and so on. And then the internal chimneys would be like the liver, our cells, of course, and lymphatic system is also one of those things. The lymphatic system is like a river inside. And when we're being lethargic and not moving, your lymphatic system is not moving. There are some exercises that we can do to activate the lymphatic system, and some of them you can do just sitting down. So, like I know mom has a friend that was kind of sitting in a chair with dealing with some kind of cancer for a long period of time, and that's just not healthy, right? But if we were to reach up like this and pull down, reach up and pull down, and the faster you do it, and you only need to do it like 10 or 20 times, that is acting like a pump and it's going to start pumping your lymphatic system and get it going. So, kind of fun to know that. So, what we're going to do is we're going to start looking at what the castor oil can do to target some of these solutions. Like we want to target the liver, right? We want to target the lymphatic system. We want to look at some of the intestinal areas and stuff. So, again, here's another slide regarding the pathways of detoxification. So if we take care of our organs of elimination, like the liver, the kidneys, the lungs, and the skin, by using our castor oil pack, this is going to make a huge difference. So methods of using the castor oil. So I have one right here. And this is one of those really cool little castor oil packs. It's like a little Band-Aid. And what you can do is you can um, pull the Band-Aid off, and there's like this little hole here. And you would take a little bit of castor oil and 1 or 2 drops of the Revitals. And the doTERRA Revitals is upside down. The Revitals is the new Zendocrine, which is a detoxification oil. And it is incredible. And you just put a few drops of that, and then you tape this, you put this Band-Aid over your belly button. Your belly button has all these nerve endings. So like when the baby was formed in the fetus, the umbilical cord has all this information going in, right? And so the belly button is like the connector to all the different systems in your body. So if you do this every day, now some people do it 3 times a week or whatever. You can put this on when you're sleeping, which I think is the best time to do it. Then that way it doesn't get all rubbed around on your pants or something like that. And you can also, I don't know if you could see this picture up here. I think I put another picture, but there's castor oil packs and you can buy them. doTERRA had like 10 when they had convention because they were sold out the first minute that they had them at the convention. But these castor oil packs are like big sheets of cotton type of thing with a plastic kind of type of fabric over the top so you won't get everything else all oily. And you could rub the castor oil. You could just pour it on there, and then you could take your Revitals in, or maybe you want to try different oils like frankincense or different things and rub that over the particular um, patch. And then you put the patch on, and you would put the patch on where you want it to be most. So maybe, for example, you wanted to put it over your liver area or over your kidneys, or maybe you want to put it around your legs and get rid of the cellulite. There's different ways you can go through and use these patches. Now, I bought a kit on Amazon. I think it was like $20, and it had patches for the boobs, it had patches for the arms, it had patches for the knees, it had patches for pretty much everywhere on your body. And so you kind of I'm walking to bed with all these patches everywhere. Ouch. And feel like I'm a Martian. But I actually really like sleeping with it around my belly. It seems like it really is kind of flattening it a little bit more, which is really nice. And so another thing that you also want to consider doing is dry brushing. And have you heard of dry brushing before, you guys?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Kathy's saying yes. How about you, Janice?
Yes. Mhm.
Oh, I've heard of it like 25 years ago. I don't remember what it's about though.
So dry brushing is you can buy these like at the pharmacy, like at CVS or whatever they call them now. And they're just like a brown brush hair. And you put your hand in it and you just brush really hard on your skin. And you do it so that you're moving it towards your heart. So
Mm.
when you're brushing, you brush really hard and you're adding circulation into your lymphatic system and cleansing the dead skins off your the dead skin off your skin so that that way you can breathe and get those toxins off. And you do that before you shower. So you start at the bottom of your feet, top of your feet, and go up your legs, and then do both sides, and then get around your belly and around your hips and thighs and all that stuff, and even your neck. And they have little ones where you can do soft ones on your face. And this is something really important to do often. And it's very hard to reach your back, so it's important to get to your back. They do have some of those brushes with handles on them so you can get to your back and everything. Then when you're all done with doing that, you can take your shower, wash off all that stuff, and then come back. And I like to take the castor oil a little bit in my hand when my body's still warm, and I rub it on my body. Um, and I've infused it with frankincense and the Metapower essential oil, which is also a good oil for keeping the sugar cravings down. It's a good oil for um, um, keeping your metabolic system leveled out. So really powerful, different ways you can use that. Now, this is a bigger roller bottle with a bigger roller on it. And that's another way that people like to make them to apply it easier and so on, because it's really thick. And so usually when I put it on my legs and stuff after I shower, by the time I'm done drying my hair and getting ready, it's pretty much absorbed into my skin so I can wear some clothes. But um, anyway, some of those ideas to work with. So there's lots of different essential oils that you can use. You can do a screenshot of this. These are pretty much the top 10 essential oils from our top 10 kit that you can use any of these oils with combining them with the castor oil. And there's no simple recipe. I mean, there's nothing, you don't need to have it exact. So taking a tablespoon and doing 1 to 2 or 3 drops or whatever is about the ratio. So again, we're going to just dive through really quickly. This here's the I'm going back for Janice here. When we're looking at the wellness pyramid or the wellness chart, down here at the bottom is the nutrition and digestion, and that is super important for our foundational health. And without this nutrition and digestion, everything else kind of falls apart. And it makes sense because if you think about it, we are what we eat. And if you have brain fog, you are not getting nutrients to your brain. So your brain is like, I'm starving. And if we have no energy, the same thing. So movement and metabolism, resting and managing stress, reducing toxicity is what we're talking about today. And this is up here on this chart. And Dr. Riggs from doTERRA actually was doing a class recently as well. And he said, when I talk about detoxing, I think it has to start in the gut. So maybe it should be down here, but then you can't, you have to, and he was just all over the place. It was really kind of cute because all these things he was basically saying do work synergistically together. One can't do it without the other type of thing. So when we focus on the nutrition and digestion, you can use the castor oil with the digestion oil and try putting that on your belly and sleeping with that one night. You can mix it up. You can maybe do a blend of these 4 oils that are on here. Or so be creative. Don't feel like you're stuck with just one simple thing or one thing that we're talking about today. If you're working on a particular health concern, maybe try that with the castor oil and using that as a castor oil pack because, again, essential oils are very aromatic and they only really last inside our body for 1 to 2 hours. And so if you're using a castor oil pack and laying that on your skin for over a nighttime, boy, you're going to have much better benefit. Any questions so far, you guys?
No,
Yes.
no, well, I just want to find out about the pack, the castor oil pack.
I just looked up on Amazon and you can get 50, just call them castor oil pack, and up will come all sorts of stuff.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
there's tons of options. I wish doTERRA, see, doTERRA had, they must have just made a handful of them. I don't know why doTERRA doesn't sell these things. They just sold them at the convention. And what I want to point out to you is that this castor oil pack here has a Velcro and it's wide, and I kind of think that's nice. The castor oil packs I got are really weird. Um, or see, I lost it here. My hands are warm or something. Yeah. The castor oil packs I got just have like a really thin elastic band and they dig into me. You kind of need to make it tight when it's on your skin so when you're sleeping and rolling over, it doesn't flop off, right?
Well, do
And
you want a big thing like that, or do you want those little round ones?
the little round ones are, they dig into your skin.
You mean that
I
go over
use
the belly
Band-Aids.
button?
Oh, are you talking about this?
No, I'm talking about the belly button ones.
Yeah, the castor oil pack.
Yeah,
The Band-Aid thing that I was talking about earlier.
yeah, yeah.
Um, this one here I would not get. And the reason why I thought it was kind of cute, but there's not enough stickum on it. And so it pops off. So if you can find one that has a wider Band-Aid feature on it, then I would get that.
Okay.
I talked to Denise, who was here earlier today, and we were talking about these, and she says, "Oh, I love mine." And she said, sure, hers has a bigger Band-Aid on it, and she wears it all day long. So I would
Darn.
not wear this all day long because it does peel back and come off. So find, you're going to want to maybe not buy a big 100 bundle of something, right? You're going to want to maybe buy maybe 20 and just try it out and see. But when we're talking about what Janice was asking about with down here, this patch here is round. Mine is square and it actually covers more of my torso. So kind of think about what you want to use it for and how, um, and what the how it stays on. So kind of do a little bit of research. I have some that go around my knees. I should have grabbed them, but they're about this big. Well, my knees are bigger than that. Like, I could put it on my knee. It would be nice if it kind of went all the way around my knee. But so maybe just kind of be sure to think about the different
Well,
um,
that big one like that, do you use it over and over, or does it have a replaceable?
yeah, you can use it over and over and over again. And maybe some people on the leadership group were talking about that. Do you wash it every day because it's got toxins on it or what? Basically, this is going to draw those toxins out. So you could use it multiple times, but the castor oil is very thick. And so when you go to wash it, I would, um, be mindful of like what you're washing it with. You want to
Yeah,
wash it by itself. Did that answer your questions?
yeah, I think so.
Okay. Okay, so then we've got the joint comfort routine. So helping with those joints, when we're talking about how soreness is, you can actually, like if you have a sore knee, do that castor oil pack over your knee with maybe copaiba or deep blue. Those oils are incredible when it comes to inflammation. Aromatouch is another beautiful oil that we don't think about. Cypress. Cypress is an oil of movement for the lymphatic system. So cypress is another really good one to work with. So here's an example of using the deep blue with the castor oil for the support of sore muscles. So yeah. Now, deep blue, Aromatouch, and past tense. So here's a comparison of these three oils and the blends. They're all blends of something. So the deep blue is up here, and the blend of kaffir, lang-a-lang, helichrysum, blue tansy, blue chamomile, and osmosis is also has wintergreen and peppermint. When you combine it with past tense, there are some overlap of oils, but we've also adding frankincense and cilantro. Cilantro is a detoxifier of metals. Cilantro is a powerful oil. Everybody should be taking cilantro internally from time to time. I had all my mercury fillings taken out, and that leaches a lot of, poisons and toxins into your body. So being able to do cilantro, really important. And then over here is the Aromatouch. And the Aromatouch has grapefruit and cypress, and then these overlap. But together, when you use this blend, it's going to cover so many amazing different things to the body. And so totally would think that this would be a good one to use if you've had a sprained ankle or something like that, where um, you need to get the inflammation down. You need to get the lymphatic system moving the toxins out of that inflammation, and then being able to calm it down as well. So, rest and managing stress. So, then the castor oil pack could look like the adaptive oil for emotional support, or lavender or serenity. And again, you can do that with a patch, a belly button patch, or the whole pack, or even just a spot application. So you can try balance, and she's showing that in the belly button one. Just 1 or 2 drops in the little patch area, and then just if you're going to do that on an ongoing basis, I would actually purchase eyedropper bottles. Like, you can get eyedroppers that fit in the doTERRA bottles too. You can pop out that little white orfer and just screw on the eyedropper. And you can buy those from like a company called Aromatools or Oil Life, and they have them there. I don't know if I would buy them from Amazon because you don't really know what you're getting, they don't really show the size. Okay, so almost done, you guys. You're doing good. So reducing toxicity is essential. And what's so great about this whole program with the castor oil and with the different essential oils added to it, you're having such a synergistically support. Over 35% of American adults already show signs of liver overload. That's more than a third. That's crazy. And then we've got the environmental toxins where we can reduce liver detox, which is up to 45%, right? And then the toxin overload contributes to brain fatigue, brain fog, hormonal issues, and gut imbalance. And I like to think about like our whole body is a puzzle. And so every day, as we're working with different oils and different parts of our body, we're putting that piece of puzzle back together and minimizing the best that we can, the risks that we have that we can't avoid out there. Okay, so reducing toxicity, we got the skincare, again, the skin brushing, the Immortelle essential oil is beautiful, and the Yarrow Palm is also another wonderful oil. And so having those in there, and we're doing a conversation here about the Immortelle oil. Um, she was saying take an old Immortelle oil and add a bottle and add maybe 30 drops to it, and then fill it up with the castor oil. And oh my gosh, there's um, they call them the shea bones or something, where she's got one in her hand here, where you use that to push up, and you got a lot of lymphatic system in your throat and here. And so when you're using that on your face, it actually will help keep us from getting that double chin and that little extra side chin here on the side, apparently. Here's the glow serum recipe. So you may want to do a skin shot of this. So Dana Moore, she is a leader of
over and over
doTERRA,
again. It's worshiping.
has provided that. And then we have the thicker hair conversations. So this is an incredible thing when we're talking about adding rosemary, lavender, and peppermint to a little oil bottle again, and then you can drop some of that in your hair and massage it in. Leave it in for maybe 10, 15 minutes before you take a shower, and then you can wash it out. your hair will feel thicker. It's really incredible. Um, so basically what we're going to talk about here is, oh, she's got some other recipes I forgot about. So we have the lashes so that you can take an old eyelash, um, where you have the mascara, and you can take one of those little mascara brushes and put it in castor oil and brush your eyelashes with, and it will thicken them up and treat them. We have a lot of bacteria and things on our eyelashes, and so if they're kind of dirty, they're kind of a filter, right, protecting our eyes. And so if we clean them from the castor oil, it makes a huge difference. Okay, here's another thing you want to try with informed self-care is combining castor oil with jojoba. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. 50-50 and fill the remainder of the bottle. Um, you want to combine 5 drops of lavender and rosemary in an empty 50 ml bottle and do the rest of it with those oils. And although there was an eye brush recipe. Okay. So anyway, as we go through and look at another, maybe we have women here who are going through their monthly cycle still, and this is another good castor oil pack to have for that time of month. Wow, I wish I would have had that. And another recipe for that as well with a Clary Calm, which is a beautiful women's blend. And I believe that this oil, even if you're not having your monthly cycle anymore, I think it's a real important oil to keep your hormone levels in balance. And so they say that even if you're not menstruating, you're still going through the cycles, and that it can still cause a lot of irritability and mood discomfort. So that's the lifestyle wellness pyramid with how to use castor oil and essential oils with that. And I hope that this was helpful. And um, oh, she goes through with a morning routine here on different ways you can use the castor oil. Look at that. Oh my goodness. So we got the glow serum for the face. We got the deep blue castor oil for the shoulders and the knees. We've got a massaging castor oil in the scalp before shampooing. We got the dry patches for the skin and the joints, lymphatic areas. Like I said, after I shower, I kind of rub the oil on too. And then cuticles for your skin. And actually, Larry's got really dry bottom of his feet and his cuticles on his toes. Castor oil is great for that. And I know, Sandy, you have a testimony we want to talk about in a minute too. I've got that coming up. And then you can do basically the same thing for the evening using the castor oil for your eyebrows and eyelashes, belly button cover patch, or a pack for the whole abdomen, knees, or whatnot that you're working on. And you can apply after dry brushing again and use on your feet and elbows. And then, yeah, so this stuff is pretty amazing. And to know that you're getting something. And I was talking to a leader in India yesterday, and I was asking him what he felt about having the castor oil sourced in India. And he goes, we're super excited about it because you can't buy a castor oil in India without it smells rancid.
Oh,
Because he knows it's not a good quality. And so he's really excited about that. And I was kind of surprised at him saying that because
wow.
yeah. Okay. So here's some ideas of how you can rotate the different oils on a castor oil belly button patch or wrap. And so might be something else you may want to do a screenshot so that you can see how you can mix it up and kind of get all the benefits of the beautiful oils in conjunction with using the castor oil. Um, yeah. So you guys taking a picture of that?
Well, I'm hurrying.
You're hurrying.
Let's see here.
I'll take a drink of water.
Okay.
Any questions so far, you guys? You good?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Sandy, you're up.
Oh, Kathy knows about this. You
I
don't know
can
about
confirm everything. I felt it. I saw it. I felt it. I saw it.
So
I followed it.
the middle picture is the big
Oh,
bump. And it was hard. It was really hard. It wasn't like squishy. And so I decided to put castor oil on it, and I put it on I put a Band-Aid on there over it and slept like that a couple nights. And the picture on the left, you can see how it made the bump smoosh out. It's like it's like gush all in my foot and ankle. So that was after a couple of days. And then and this was just like early September when I did that. And so little time's gone on, and of course that's my feet today. I
So where
always
was
have a
the bump?
little
Was it kind of where the strap is here, Sandy?
um well, it was right where the little part protrudes from my ankle. I still have these spots that come out on my ankles, but before it was like this like super noticeable lump. But both my ankles are the same now.
Well, that's incredible. So, and you said it didn't take that long. Like you did it every day, put the
No,
castor oil.
two like 2 days with the castor oil, and then it for so it started out like in the center, 2 days with the Band-Aid on it, and it's like goo like inside my leg and inside my foot
Yeah,
there.
it was squishy, and then we watched it, and it kind of reabsorbed itself because the food started reabsorbing into the skin, I think, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah, and it was getting
probably went
smaller
out
and smaller. Yeah,
That's
probably went out my
incredible.
lymph or whatever.
yeah, but it got soft really quick.
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
because it was super hard. It felt like
Hard.
it didn't really feel like bone, but it felt like a muscle that was so tense. You didn't push it in.
Yeah.
Wow.
But it was like that for years, but it just kind of started getting bigger. And I was like, okay, but I should do something about this.
And this is what's so incredible about being able to self-care, like, to be able to take care of yourself without running to the doctor for something like this. I mean, I think you said you went to the doctor too, right? And they didn't do anything for you?
No, I didn't go to the doctor for it.
Okay. I can't
She doesn't go very often.
remember. Yes. Okay, so castor oil is now available in your back office, and so it's only $28 wholesale. If you don't have a doTERRA account yet, I highly recommend getting your wholesale membership and getting some of this stuff. It's incredible. And I'm just going to kind of share some other things about what we talked about today. So doTERRA's been really going through and talking about establishing a foundation of wellness for you. And we went through and we talked about all these cleansing and detoxification stuff. And like Sandy used that castor oil pack and maybe had to just break up some of that stuff in there that made that whatever it was tight and hard. And it just broke it up and it's absorbed back. It went through her lymphatic system and she probably got rid of it. So I would say that if you went through and did this 3-month cleanse, a 90-day reset, and really working on motivating your body and getting it going and stuff like that, and we have this foundational program. So, of course, the VMG Plus, which is the vitamins, minerals, and greens. And this gives you all those nutrients that your body's missing out on right now so that it can perform properly. It can actually work um, more more better. And then we've got the PB Restore and also the E Omegas, which is again the fish oils. And you can actually chew these fish oil tablets. They don't have a fishy taste to them because they are infused with wild orange essential oil. And then we're talking about adding to the pack the Revita Zen essential oil. So you can use that in your castor oil pack as well as the duo capsules of the Revita Zen for the liver cleanse. Again, there's so much benefits with the VMG Plus. This is, of course, they're infused with 5 essential oils to make them bioavailable. That's what really makes our products stand apart from others is that they don't have the essential oils. And because the essential oils are so aromatic and so volatile and so pure and fine that they can penetrate the cell wall on the cellular level. And so that they have these things that grab onto the nutrients and they pass them through the cell so that your body is absorbing these nutrients in a higher level and a higher bioavailability. And so when you look at the label on the back of the box and compare the percentages of what's there in these products, there's so many different ingredients, um, but they're not high numbers because we don't need them to be high numbers. All these other products on the market, your body doesn't absorb them or break them down, so they always make them higher numbers. This, I guarantee you, will give you energy, it will help you feel better, and this liposomal technology is what I just talked about. And the digestive enzymes and probiotics, there's just a little bit of that in there to be able to help your body process that and absorb that quickly. So the E omegas, then there's been some tests done. In my other video, I go through this in a big way, talking about the tests and whatnot. But overall, with I think it was like 80 different participants, they took the E omegas and they found quickly that their blood pressure went down 6 points. And this was only a month time. They
Mm.
also found out that the resting heart rate decreased 4 beats per minute, which when that adds up of 2 million beats per year that your body's not doing. And so that's going to be so much better for your heart, right? It's not working so hard. And so I thought these were really interesting points because I would not have really necessarily attached all that to having omegas, but it does make sense. And then the PB Restore, it has over 18 billion CFUs and 22 strains and 24 species. And so when we talk about all the different kinds of species of bugs in our body, um, they all have different functions, right? They all have different things that they do to go to work on our behalf. And so basically supporting, we have are you okay? We have the PB, the probiotics, the postbiotics, and the prebiotics. So the prebiotics are actually going to be what feeds the probiotics. They have a lot of the fiber in there and stuff that's going to be able to help with the feeding them. And then we got the probiotics, which are giving you the right microbiome and gut. And then we have the postbiotic, which is intentional to be able to help you release and get rid of those toxins in your body. And then we have the phages, and the phages are again more support for the body and whatnot. So here's what the pill looks like in the dual capsule, which is pretty cool. I guess I got that one out of order for the Revitazen. So this one is also incredibly well. It has different series of oils so that this one does work synergistically with the essential oil bottle. They don't have the same oils in them. Okay, so you have choices. So either you have symptoms that the doctors just go after the symptoms. They don't look at the root cause of why we have things. That is intervention. We, as doTERRA, talk about the intention and we go after the root cause, minimizing the symptom in the first place. And I just love the idea of the intention where we're building brick walls out of really bricks to be able to help our body. Um, which is always under construction, to supply it with bricks to be able to give it a stronger foundation to work with. So the plan is to take a look at this Renew bundle. This is part of the 90-day reset, and we have different products for each month. This one happens to be month 3 because that's where we are. But again, month 1 and month 2 does have the VMG, the E Omegas, and the PB Restore. And then they added the Revitals and pills and the Revitals oil in month 1. So I think it's real important to take a look at the whole synergistically puzzle to be able to support your body with all this detoxification and whatnot, and go from there. So we can also add the Mito 2 Max, which is going to help us give us the energy. And believe me, I take this one to India with me, trying to get the 12, 13 and a half hour difference time zone change. And then the Terrazyme is a must-have that I use. Providing my body enzymes to help break down that food um, is a game changer for me as well. Okay, so we're 2 more slides left, you guys. Thank you for being patient. So We have here 20% off the Melissa this month. The Melissa is a very expensive oil. This oil is a must-have though. Save up your points for this one. Purchase it at 20% off. Melissa was the key oil in the pandemic. This is a good oil for detoxification of your body for all those um, COVID spikes and things like that they talk about, that this is something that helps support the body and detoxing that. So when people were getting COVID, we had a potion to help support the body and detoxing it with that. And of course, the breathe oil. So there's a reason why doTERRA came out with these, you guys, for this month. We're headed into the flu season. I've heard many people coming up with COVID again. It's never going to go away. And so I think it's really important that we um, infuse our toolbox with these beautiful two oils. And then, of course, we have all the Christmas items that were announced, and there's a lot of really cool stuff. Look at the cute diffuser, you guys. Oh
You
my,
know what his new name's going to be?
no, what?
Holiday.
Holiday? Oh, that is super
Instead
cute.
of holiday, Holiday
Holiday. I love it.
user.
I'm gonna have to
That's
come.
We get
that's
to
the
see
name
him.
I sent in for the contest.
Oh, that is a great one. I'm gonna have to write that down and use that for some marketing ideas. I think it's awesome. They also have a chapstick that has vanilla in it and the vanilla dream cream. I got to test all of these when we walked through the marketplace. It was pretty fun. Um, I don't remember seeing the hand wash kit though. I think that's with this and this. I think that's these two together. Okay. And then you got the lavender honey and cinnamon drops. And of course, now we have a brand new essential oil blend for the holiday called Yule Log. And then the other one is Winter Berry. And Winter Berry is a beautiful oil. So pretty fun. And then you get the Limist Silver diffuser, which is like the old bubble diffusers. And so it's pretty cute too. Okay, so three ways to join doTERRA or start to purchase from doTERRA. One of them is you can buy retail from your friend, but you know what? There's better ways to do it than that. We recommend you either getting a wholesale membership or a below wholesale membership. Wholesale membership is 25% off below retail. You get to enjoy the loyalty reward program, which is similar to like Costco or Alaska Airlines program. To get it below wholesale, you actually get, again, the 25% below retail, but you also get to have more free shipping benefits. You get free products of the month rewards, and you also get the loyalty reward program where you get 10% back in free product credit points. You also get a sharing link where you can share the products with others and actually earn some doTERRA dollars to purchase product. Or if you decide to share and do classes like me, we invite you to host a class and we have so much fun. We do DIYs and right now is a really good time to bring girlfriends together and enjoy each other's company with maybe a glass of wine or not, depending on where you are with that. And enjoy each other's company by making bath salts and doing fun things and maybe making some castor oil potions. That would be fun. Or maybe making castor oil packs. That would be even cool too. So some of the new member promotions are if you order 100 PV, PV stands for product value points, and every different oil has a different PV. But if you do 100 PV, you get to enjoy some of these sample kits that come and a nice catalog. If you do 125 PV, you actually get this green or this clear shaker bottle for the VMG Plus. And that's really nice. I love mine. It's a really good quality to its glass. And then they give you a free oil of the month. So if you order the VMG every month, you will get a free oil. Plus, if you order before the 15th of the month, you'll get the extra benefit of the loyalty reward program. So you can get up to two free oils. And then if you do 150 PV while joining, you get a choice of a diffuser or the um, toothpaste set of the Supermint and On Guard. So let's, whoops, I think my finger just, yeah, that's the last slide. So, um, Yeah, if you have any questions on any of these oils or anything that we'd like to support you with, that's what we're here for today. And I can go ahead and stop the recording. So if you have any questions,